these files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama.
If there's one thing that gets under Trump's skin more than questions about Epstein, it's the fact that President Barack Obama was and still is far more popular than he will ever be. Hence why he continues to rant and rave, throwing as much ketchup at the wall, hoping that it sticks.
What are you meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell? What are you hoping Todd Blanche gets out of his meetings with Ghislaine Maxwell?
Well, I don't know about the meeting. I know it's taking place, and he's a fantastic man. He's a great attorney. And people should really focus on how well the country's doing, or they should focus on the fact that Barack Hussein Obama led a coup, or they should focus on the fact that Larry Summers from Harvard, that Bill Clinton, who you know very well, and lots of other friends, really close friends of Jeffrey Summers, should be spoken about. Because, Jeffrey Epstein should be spoken about. And they should speak about them, because they don't talk about them. They talk about me. I have nothing to do with the guy. No. We caught Hillary Clinton. We caught Barack Hussein Obama. They're the ones. And then you have many, many people under them. Susan Rice. They're all there. The names are all there. And I guess they figured they're going to put this in classified information and nobody will ever see it again. But it doesn't work that way. And it's the most unbelievable thing I think I've ever read. So you ought to take a look at that and stop talking about nonsense.
Well, unfortunately for him, a new poll from the Daily Mail and JL Partners tested a hypothetical. Who would win if both Obama and Trump were to face off against each other in an election? The results were, well, not shocking. Obama beats Trump easily, 52% to 41%, in a head-to-head matchup. According to the poll, they polled over 1,000 registered voters last month, and of the independent voters surveyed, they favored Obama 50% to 39% for Trump. Now, of course, to reiterate, we on the left, we like to abide by the Constitution. This is entirely hypothetical, seeing as the whole 22nd Amendment thing still exists, despite the fact that Trump and his surrogates repeatedly ignore it as they float the idea of a 2028 run, with Trump telling reporters, quote, "I'm not joking," when he was asked about statements that he was considering it. I mean, MAGA supporters have even went as far to start wearing Trump 2028 merch.
In the future of MAGA is Donald J. Trump. We want Trump in 28. That's what they can't stand. A man like Trump comes along only once or twice in a country's history, right? We want Trump. 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 God, I love you.
Not even close. Almost 40% of the vote. Now, I won't be happy the next time. Should I run again? You tell me. There's your controversy right there. There's your controversy. Thank you. You'll be seeing that you're gonna see that tonight, Tim, on television.
So in that alternate universe, right, that once would seem a far stretch, but not so much considering the current state of affairs, Democrats have proposed, in that universe where two-term presidents can somehow run again, the DNC would nominate Obama, whose popularity ratings have almost always trounced Trump's. It would be a near landslide victory.
And then I hear, the other thing I hear, some folks will be like, well, Donald Trump sent me a check during the pandemic. No, y'all know, because I've heard this. I know y'all, some of you heard that. Hey, let me make sure y'all understand this. Joe Biden sent you a check during the pandemic, just like I gave people relief during the Great Recession. The thing is, we didn't put our name on it, because it wasn't about feeding our egos. It wasn't about advancing our politics. It was about helping people. That's the difference. Don't be giving them credit for that. Come on. He sent you a check. Do not fall for that okie doke. Don't be bamboozled. Don't get fooled. And I've noticed this especially with some men who seem to think Trump's behavior is somehow a sign of strength. You know, sort of the macho, fake macho thing. And, you know, I'm here to tell you that's not what real strength is. It never has been. Real strength's about working hard. Real strength's about taking responsibility. Real strength is about telling the truth even when it's inconvenient. Real strength is about being confident enough to treat everybody with dignity and respect. Real strength is about helping people who need it and standing up for those who can't always stand up for themselves. That is what we should want in our daughters and our sons, and that is what I want to see in the next president of the United States of America. And the good news is that you have candidates to vote for in this election who demonstrate that kind of character, who know what real strength looks like, who will set a good example and do the right thing and leave this country better than they found it. And Pennsylvania, that is the choice in this election. It's not just policies that are on the ballot, it's who we are and what we stand for. So whether this election is making you feel excited or scared or hopeful or frustrated or anything in between, do not sit back. Don't just hope for the best. Get off your couch and vote. Put down your phone and vote. Vote for Kamala Harris as the next president. Vote for Tim Walz as the next vice president.
Because despite Trump's best efforts to turn Obamagate into the new her emails, it's failing terribly, with even his own supporters seeing through the charade.
That's just going to hang around.
This is a line in the sand.
Yeah.
This one's
Yeah.
a line in the sand.
Yeah.
Because this is one where there's a lot of stuff about, you know, when we thought Trump was going to come in and a lot of things are going to be resolved.
Yeah.
We're going to drain the swamp. We're going to figure everything out. And when you have this one hardcore line in the sand that everybody had been talking about forever, and then they're trying to gaslight you on that, and then they're kicking students out that like write articles they don't like.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Isn't a university supposed to be a place where someone's allowed to express themselves
Right.
and have
Non-violently?
opinions? Yeah. They're writing something down and they're not calling for violence
Right.
either. And they're getting challenged. And that's supposed to be how it happens. You get challenged, smarter people have better
Yeah.
arguments, or your argument stands.
Right, discourse.
Yes.
It's supposed to be a place for discourse.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And you're deporting people because you don't like who they're criticizing. Like that gets kind of shifty.
It's all a distraction from the ever-growing questions on Epstein that haven't been answered yet, the answers demanded after a disastrous jobs report.
Well, I'm just stunned at another number in this report, and that is the downward revision to the June figure from 147,000 to just 14,000. So looking over the last 3 months, we've got 73,000 in July, 14,000 in June, and 19,000 in May. Those are incredibly weak headline numbers, and that's the total, not just private jobs. So this is a very soft report. And I guess what I'm really blown away by is that July generally is a report where the seasonals are such that you can surprise on the upside very easily, because 1 million people roughly drop out of the labor force with the school year, the school vacation. So that sets a very low seasonal bar for the data to clear, and clearly we tripped over the bar. So this is a very weak report.
We're used to volatility. We had a bad print on jobs. I did not agree on whacking the commissioner. I don't like that. Whacking statisticians makes no sense whatsoever. You don't shoot the messenger. They used to do that in ancient Rome. Bad news, they kill the guy off the horse. You don't need to do that now. It doesn't matter. This is a job where you just print data. So I didn't like that story.
Which, again, came out just as he launched another attack on Truth Social, saying that Obama committed the crime of the century. The desperation is so obvious.
New Midas merch drop. Check out the latest pro-democracy sticker packs, t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and more. All at store.MeidasTouch.com.